Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be answering some random questions, and joining me once again is an author who has been voted Belfast's Reader of the Year 2 years in a row now, Owen Quinn.
Sure, it's not two rears.
Two rears. How are you today, Owen? We have to pretend like it's a new day, like we didn't just record 5 minutes ago.
We didn't record 5 minutes ago, and
No.
feel wonderful.
He's all recovered. He's all better from his ordeal.
It's Lourdes a la cabin. That's it.
So if you want to know Owen's backstory, watch our video on Predator, where he
Yeah.
explains that he got up to some shenanigans and he's paying the price.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't. See, if I had done shenanigans, I could understand it, but I am paying the price for some unshenanigans, if that even a word.
Do you know what? You're a writer. You can make up words.
I can do. I made a word up the other day, and a spell checker told me it didn't exist, and I just said add it to the dictionary. It's fine. It exists.
Are we allowed to know the word?
Renegades.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Play,
What,
to
what,
play on Renegades.
yeah. What story is that in?
That will be in. Oh, what story was that in? Left Unsaid. It's a part of the When Angels Burn anthology for the Time Warriors. So it's Left Unsaid.
Mm, awesome.
It's actually a Belfast word as
Is,
well.
is
We
it?
renegade you.
Say that
Yeah,
again?
we renegade you.
Oh, okay. Haven't
So
heard.
yeah, everybody goes, what was you? What was that word? Renegades. Renegades.
No, there you go. I've learned a new word.
Yeah, it's for somebody that's like never in the house. They're always running the roads, getting up to mischief. You don't know what they're doing, so
Right.
they're wee renegades.
Ah, that's cool. Right, so before we get started, just ignore Owen's noises. He's on death's door.
This is me coming back to life after resuscitation.
um, yeah. So before we get started, I'd just like to welcome our new subscribers. We got a few new subscribers this week. Welcome to the nonsense of this channel. Thank you very
Awesome.
much. Yeah. So yeah, we'll. The first question I've decided to split into two. So the first question is, what are you currently watching? So I've decided to split it into two, and we'll go TV show first, then movie. We'll say maybe the last movie we watched or whatever. So Owen, what TV show are you currently watching?
Um, The Last of Us
Ah, season one or two?
season two.
I
The fun thing is, I've never played the game.
right,
I only know what I know from Google or from talking to other people.
yeah.
I didn't like season one
Oh, I
at
like
all.
I liked season one.
No, please kill me now. And then I got to season two because I go see I'll not like something, but watch it just in case there's something happening.
Hmm.
And season two so far has been amazing.
I ha-
That sec
haven't
that
seen season.
second episode.
Yeah.
Go to the second ep. Well, don't go to the second. We skip the first, but the second episode of that this season is by far the best thing I've seen all year.
Wow. Okay.
Which coming from me, who's not a fan,
Hmm.
is something. I mean, literally, it was like, wow,
I
wow.
I liked season one. I haven't got onto season two just yet. I've had too much on my watch list. But yeah, I must jump into it soon and check it out. So I'm currently watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and that's why there's a picture of her on screen.
Not
I
bad, Buffy.
I haven't seen it since I don't think I've seen it since I was a teenager. So I was excited to jump back in with an older head and more writing experience to see how it holds up. And I'm a few episodes into season two. Um, there's a lot in season one I liked in terms of Buffy's character writing. I think there's some great stuff in there that people can learn from. I'll I've been thinking about doing a video on season 1 of Buffy because there's lots of stuff to dig into. Obviously, being like any TV show, if you have a lot of episodes, they're not all going to be great. You're going to have your weaker ones, but
Mm-hmm.
my favorite episode so far was the finale of season 1. I won't spoil it, but I've been thinking about doing a video on that.
I know, sir. I know.
Oh no, I figured you might know.
I used to have Buffy parties.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do they look like? Or
They
do,
were very drunken nights watching Buffy on Sky One. Awesome.
nice.
Yeah, the writing, you're right about the writing, and it just continues to evolve right to the very end, final episode.
Yeah, isn't some of the character writing fantastic in that show?
Yeah, yeah. Who
I
have I met out of Buffy? Xander.
so Owen has met a lot of celebrities, so he always tries to recall. He's met so
Yeah.
many, he has to try and recall if he's met
I
specific
was
ones.
actually doing this on Saturday night. Somebody about The Walking Dead. We found out we had a bond, a common bond with Walking Dead, and I was trying to remember everybody I'd met. And then I woke up Sunday morning in the middle of my sickness, and I went, I forgot 2 celebrities.
um,
Can you pause a sec?
pause it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pausing. Hold on. So, what is the last movie you watched, Owen?
The last movie I watched was called uh Last Straw.
Never heard of it.
Neither had I till it's you know on Reels, you'll suddenly get these wee adverts and stuff. And the trailer looked quite interesting. It's a girl in a diner at night, and she's doing the night shift in a diner, and she gets terrorized by this gang, wearing these masks, these weird, these like them blank face masks.
Yeah.
You see people wearing, you're terrorized by them, and it's how does she survive and what's it all about and blah blah blah.
Yeah, interesting.
Completely at the time. No, not really. It was crap.
Oh, okay. Avoid.
I sort of went when I got to the end scene. I went, "Is that it?
Mm,
Seriously?
one of those.
I've give you an hour and a half of my life for nothing."
Yeah.
I was like, "It's a good idea, but it's not executed right."
Right.
To be honest, it's
So
no,
the
it was
ending
very
was the last straw.
yeah. Literally, it broke the camel's back.
Um, I last thing I watched was Predator for our Predator video, which we recorded earlier. So I watched that today. I'm in the middle of a movie. I had to pause in the middle of it because I had lots of stuff to do. I didn't get to finish it. It's an old horror movie called The Changeling.
I see you talking 70s, early 80s, 70s, is that?
I think it's from the 70s.
Yeah, I
There's
remember
another one with Angelina Jolie in it. It's not that one. It's
No.
that's I think from the 2000s or thereabouts. But yeah, it's I think it's a great movie so far. It's really effective. It's got a great atmosphere. So I'm like almost bang on halfway through it. And I'm really looking forward to getting back to that tonight. But yeah, there's some scenes that like really got to me. Like it's pretty effective and eerie, and you know, he moves into this house and there's all kinds of weird supernatural stuff going on, and it's just really well shot. And the main actor, I can't remember his name, but he's great in it. He gives a really good performance. But some of the scenes have been really fucking eerie, and I'm like, man, this is great. Like yourself, I just came across it. It was like on my feed, or maybe on one of the channels I watch about horror movies, and they recommended it and found it on Prime. I was like, okay, I'll give this a go. And
Oh, is it on Prime?
yeah, it's really fucking good so far. It's got a really nice build up. So the midpoint had a scene where he brings in a psychic medium, and it was really well done. There's a bit that really fucking startled me, but apart from being startled, like the atmosphere is great the way it's done. Yeah, I think I can't recommend it yet because I haven't finished it, but so far I'm like, yeah, give it a go. The Changeling.
It's from 1980,
There you go.
and George C. Scott.
George C. Scott. There you go.
Yeah, good old George.
Good old George.
It's actually on YouTube.
Is it?
Mm.
All right.
Which I'm finding more and more. There's lots of good wee films popping up on YouTube.
Yeah, The Blob was on YouTube. Just
Yeah, The Blob, Silver Bullet, Deep Rising. Have you ever seen Deep Rising?
I have, yeah. But
Awesome.
I'm surprised they're allowed to be up on YouTube.
I don't know, must be something to do with licenses and rights and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
Right, so what you?
oh,
Yeah,
do you want a tidbit about Changeling?
yeah, go for it.
The Changeling stars also, apart from George C. Scott, Gene Marsh and John Colicos. And for fans of Doctor Who and Star Trek, they'll know, and Battlestar Galactica, they'll know that Gene Marsh was a companion to the first Doctor, who was the second companion ever to die defeating the Daleks
Ah,
in the 12-part story, The Dalek Master Plan. She also came back as a villain in the Seventh Doctor, the Sylvester McCoy era,
yeah.
as another character. And she only died there a few weeks ago. And John
Oh,
Colicos was the first Klingon to go up against Captain Kirk and came back in Deep Space Nine in an episode called Blood Oath, and
yeah.
was also Balthazar out of Battlestar Galactica.
There you go. Some good
That's
facts
a good
coming.
cast.
Yeah,
That's a good cast.
there you
That is
go.
actually.
Yeah, I mean the acting in it's great so far. That's one of the things I really like about
Yeah,
it. So there you go. Some facts coming at you.
there you go. Jean Marsh, what a lady.
So
Colicos is a legend. So,
there you go. Awesome. So Owen, what are you currently reading?
my own stuff, and that is because I'm editing at the minute. So I've most of When Angels Burn done. I think I've about two or three stories left to do,
Yeah.
but it's bigger than I anticipated. So I'm having to go back. I'm thinking of going back now and just editing. That's what I was doing before I came on the podcast. Was going back, rereading them, fixing them, making them better. Um, Outside of that, I'm actually doing the Spider-Man versus Predator comic and Walking Dead comic.
Nice.
Because as I said, I'd watched Walking Dead, but I never read the comics, but collected them, dipped in and out, but I haven't actually sat and read them all in one go. It's the same with V. Remember V, the series with the lizards?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a comic book series released from that. I'm lucky enough to have the entire series. I bought it off somebody on eBay, so I'm part way through that to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But you can't really go wrong with V, to be honest with you. Um, it was
How do you find the Walking Dead comics compared to the TV show?
you sort of you're reading them and you're going, oh, that was such and such did that, and oh, that Joy. You sort of you're looking for seeing the changes.
Yeah.
Um, and the Negan episode, the Negan issue 100, where he murders Glenn. You can't. To me, the TV was done better because they had the entire cast lined up to be
Yeah.
murdered, whereas in the comic it's just Glenn, Rick, Carl, Michonne, and somebody else, I think. But for the comic, it was a massive impact at the time because it changed everything. It changed the landscape. But the TV bit also did that to a certain degree. But it was much more terrifying. I thought
Right.
when you see it, when you see Jeffrey Dean Morgan's performance,
Yeah.
you're sort of, and again, they're all lined up, as I said, and I'm the nerd part of me sitting going, met him, met her, met her. Ha- haven't met her, haven't met him, going to meet him. But yeah, it's there's still strong storylines, regardless, because I mean the show wouldn't be where it is with if it hadn't got the foundation of the comics to start with.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Um. So I'm currently reading. I just finished Jurassic Park, the book, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was
I
really
love
good.
Jurassic Park. Yeah,
Have
love
you
Jurassic Park.
have you read the book?
Oh yeah, it's one of the few movies that I've read the book of, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've definitely read the book for that.
Yeah. It's
Can't wait for the new movie.
it's quite different than the movie, but it has the same core ideas in it.
Yeah,
Um, it's got some really good horror in it. The book, like I won't spoil too much, but there's some really good horror bits in it. My only
Mm.
little thing with the book, I do really like it, but I felt it just ended very abruptly. But
Yeah, well, it's sort of the film does too. If you think about it,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
sort of, you know what I mean.
like
It's almost as that it. It's a good ending, but it's sort of like,
yeah, you want a bit more maybe of a
yeah,
resolution,
you
but
want a bit it's more of a wraparound.
yeah, like it's not a huge deal. I still really enjoyed it,
No,
and
it's Jurassic Park.
the T Rex is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I love them.
The characters are great. Um, it's yeah, so I really enjoyed that. I'm making my way through 12 Past Midnight, Stephen King's story collection.
Mm.
So I read one and then I go to another book and then I come back and that kind of way. Um,
I was a bit like that with Black Mirror, the TV series.
yeah, yeah,
I watched a cup. I seen a clip, and I thought, okay, I'll watch this because everybody keeps talking about it. And I no, I can't be bothered. It's not getting to me at all.
right. Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying 12 Past Midnight.
Yeah.
I like the first story I read, and then it's just because I had lots on my reading list. I like, okay, I'll read one of the stories from this, and then I'll read this book, and then I'll get back to it. And they're all standalone stories, so you can bounce back and forth. So
Yeah, I like that. I mean, you don't have to rush it. You're not going to get lost.
yeah, I'm also reading Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin.
And the comics.
Yeah, it's I'm
Mm.
enjoying that one quite a bit as well. Um, just over a quarter of the way past, I think. Yeah, so I'd never read any Turtles comics. I was really excited to jump into it. I used to love the Turtles when I was younger.
Yeah, same.
But yeah,
But I never like comics.
yeah. So that is what we are reading. Okay, next. All right, this one might be very difficult. This is probably in relation to my quickfire questions I've done recently with Jack Markham. Your favorite Batman movie? I'm gonna let you answer that
Oh.
one first.
My favorite Batman movie.
Yeah, ever of all time.
I'm gonna say the second one, Batman Returns.
I love that one. Yeah, I hear a lot of people complaining about saying that it's.
It's too violent and it's too. Shut up. Fuck's sake, it's Batman. Mind
I
your own.
I've always loved the two Tim Burton ones. I've always really
Yeah.
liked them. Um, and as I said in my quickfire questions, Michael Keaton was, in terms of live action, he's my favorite Batman.
Mm. Now, if you were going to ask me for a second, it would be the Heath Ledger one.
Yeah,
That one would be on top of the list as well. But I think there's something about the penguin in that it's really grotesque and it's different.
yeah,
And it really, for me, it encapsulates Batman's the darker, grotesque side of Batman more
yeah,
than the first one.
yeah. Well, I like Batman Begins. I like The Dark Knight. Um, just as a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
It'd be very hard for me to narrow it down to just one. Some of the animated ones are great. I love Under the Red Hood.
Mm.
Um,
Not big on the animated ones, to be honest.
no, have you seen Under the Red
Watched it.
Hood?
I don't think so. I've seen Mask of the Phantasm.
Hmm.
Is there a Dracula one?
There was one there was one I seen where it was like the Batman. That version where it's a different style. It's got like it's not Batman the animated series. It's another animated series called The Batman.
Mm, no.
I think that one had a crossover Dracula if I remember.
I do remember the Dracula graphic novel, which
Hmm.
I really liked. I'd love to see a vampire come in somewhere
Yeah.
if
Um.
it's done right.
I also quite like the Adam West Batman movie. I think it's so funny.
With the shark repellent.
The shark repellent, and some
Yeah.
days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
No. Yeah, I mean that's what I grew up on was Adam West.
Oh, they're so good. They're so funny. I have a comic book version of that here somewhere. I haven't started reading it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Mm.
So one Batman movie, it'd be so hard to pick just one. Um, Yeah, yeah. Well, there you go. There's a list of ones we really like anyway. All right. I don't know how difficult you'll find this one. Favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie?
Oh, that's easy. Number three.
Yeah, same.
Number three, out of doubt.
How often do you
Awesome.
find something where like the third one is the best one?
Yeah. Um,
I like
I
one.
can't actually think off the top of my head.
I
No, I can't. Yeah.
I like one and I like three, but three to me is the one I would go back to the most.
Yeah. There's
Um,
just something about it.
yeah,
And him being a puppet master and just the imagery, I think.
yeah. I also
Um,
like some of the character stuff they do with that one as well.
yeah, because they're all damaged kids, but they're
Yeah,
not, they're damaged. Yes, some of them have drug addiction and stuff, but Freddy uses that
yeah,
against them to make them look broken to the world. So if they die, it's no really not really a big deal.
yeah,
But Freddy is the one that's murdered him. It's used in real life, I think,
yeah,
more so than they did in the first one.
yeah,
To make it scarier that this guy, the world's gonna look at you and think you were just a loser who just killed themselves.
yeah,
When in fact it was you were a victim being tormented by this thing that
yeah,
nobody believes in.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, we're both in agreement there.
Yeah,
The third one,
easy.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It's prime time, bitch.
I think there's a 10-part Freddy series coming out.
No way. Yeah?
Oh, Owen, why didn't you look at this things? Because I was in a fever. Um, Rob Zombie.
No,
Rob Zombie's connected to this somehow.
I never heard this.
Yeah, I see the picture and I went, that's Freddy Krueger. And it said so it's Rob Zombie. I think it's a 10-part series.
Huh, what's
Um,
that coming out on?
I've no idea. It literally just showed me it. I'm trying to have a wee Google here. But then I also heard there was a remake with DJ Squalls that was out of Supernatural. Do you
Right.
remember him? Out of C Nation, that he was the new Freddy.
Yeah. I didn't hear any of this. I was going to say
See the
something,
pro-
but it kind of answers one of the later questions, so I won't say it just yet. But
it's I think it's I see but the problem is there's so much AI, you don't know what's real and what's not these days.
oh, you see so many bullshit AI,
Yeah.
yeah, where it's like that's not a real thing. Oh, actually, I heard a really funny story during the week where a newspaper, I can't remember which one, but they released a list of I was watching a video on this. They released a list of top books to read this year, this summer, something like that. But readers discovered that most of them weren't real because what happened was they hired someone to write a list, and that person used AI to generate a list and never checked it out. And then the AI come up with loads of these books that don't actually exist.
Don't
And
exist.
yeah, and the fucking thing got published.
Fuck, get hell.
There you go.
That's the way it's been going wrong.
That's a that was a really
I
funny
know.
story. Um, all right. Let me
But
see.
then that's the danger of AI at the minute, it really, isn't it?
But
Because you
the
don't
thing is,
know.
like, he could have at least checked.
Yeah, yeah.
But
There's a
that,
checklist. But then I'd be looking at some of these trailers and you're looking at them and going, could there or couldn't there be? You're not really sure.
yeah, it's the
And then
same.
the book market's so flooded anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully, it'll be flooded with our stuff soon.
My hurry up. Hello, good listeners. Please buy our books.
Right. Speaking of
Any
books,
agents listening, that be another one.
all right. I don't know if I want to answer this one because I was thinking about doing a top five on this, but it was asked, so we'll answer it. Um, favorite Stephen King book. Now, the reason I didn't want to answer it because I was thinking of doing like a top five video one day, and I don't know if I want to give away the answer. What do you reckon?
Mine's easy.
But do you want to give away the answer or not, or do you want to do a top five?
See, mm, see, I think I've suggested you before this one that I'm thinking about. You couldn't do a top five because there's so much to talk about in this particular one.
Right.
It would
Okay.
need a standalone episode.
Okay. Cool. All right. All
Um,
right. Go for it. What's your favorite?
Salem's Lot.
Nice. That is one I haven't read yet. As I said to Owen before,
Uh,
I'm working my way through some more of his classics. So I haven't read Salem's Law. I haven't read Cujo. I haven't read The Stand.
Well, the stand's a bit long and crap eating. If ever there was a crap eating, that's it. The stand.
The ending? You
Um,
don't like the ending?
yeah,
No? All
the
right.
ending's really shite. I was like, what? Anybody I know watched it and sort of like, I went, seriously? I went, yeah.
All right. We
Um,
won't, we'll try not to
no,
spoil
we'll
that
not.
one
We'll not spoil it. We'll
in
just
the,
say save your time, folks. Google it. Salem's Lot and Cujo, you have to watch
uh,
and read.
so Salem's Lot is your favorite, yeah?
100%.
So of
Hundred percent.
the ones I've read, I would have to say my favorite is probably Pet Cemetery.
That Cemetery's good, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one quite a bit. I like Misery.
Misery's awesome.
Yeah. So I was kind of flittering in between them, but I would say Pet Cemetery is my favorite I've read of his so far.
Yeah.
It's very grim. I like stories that are grim or aren't afraid to be really grim and bleak. um,
That's because of what happens in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Who dies? I mean, that's a parent's nightmare.
Oh, it's and I love the whole dilemma of like, without going into it
Should
too
you?
much, just in case someone hasn't read it, but that yeah,
Yeah,
should you make that
or should.
decision? What would you do? Yeah,
But it's an exploration of grief and
yeah,
everything
yeah,
and covered up things in society.
yeah. And you know what they say? Sometimes dead is better.
Yeah, better left dead.
All right, we're flying through these. New releases you're looking forward to. So it doesn't specify, but it could we'll say book, film, TV show, something new that's coming up that you're looking forward to. A new
Jurassic Park Rebirth.
okay,
This next part of Spider-Man versus Predator in the comics.
excellent. How many parts are they going to do with that one?
4. And then
Four.
there's a sequel releasing in August.
Nice.
So that confidence gonna it's that good. They've done the sequel already. TV series. I don't think there's anything. Oh, Welcome to Derry.
I was going to say I'm looking forward to see what they do with that.
Yeah, that would be the one.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hankering for a new horror series, so hopefully that will do the job.
Mm.
Um, there's no trailers right now for that yet, is there?
There is, eh?
Oh, there is. I like
Like Freezes.
there was one that was released a little while ago. Has there been any new ones?
Not since then. No, there's
Yeah,
just a lot of talk.
yeah. But
How
then,
scary it is.
yeah. But then again, I don't really want to see too much. I'll just jump in.
No, no. If we'll hurry up with season 4 from. That's the other one.
From
Yeah, we've
about
talked about that before.
the werewolves.
No, you're driving along the road. There's this fallen tree in the road with a load of crows. So you have to take the road to the left or the right,
Yeah.
and you end up in a town, and you can't drive out of it. Once you're in the town, you're trapped, and there's ghosts in it. And at
Ah.
night time, you have to be in the house in your home with this talisman above your door because at night time creatures come out looking exactly like humans from all periods of history. Well, no, it's not all periods of history, then a lie. It's like almost 1950s upwards.
Yeah.
And if you let them in as a little girl found to her cost in the first 2 minutes of the opening episode, you get shredded.
Shredded.
Shredded. And I mean shredded. So when a
Jesus.
series opens with a 12-year-old child being torn apart by a kindly old woman who isn't a kindly old woman, that's a lot of balls right there. And it intensifies now. Said, but the cliffhanger of the season 3, it's like Lost. There's mysteries, and we're looking at the answers to the mysteries and everything else, and it more than delivers
Yeah.
in the season finale for the third season.
Yeah.
And my jaw hit the floor, which is very rare
Yeah. Oh wow.
because it's usually my leg that hits the floor because it falls off when it comes loose. But um, awesome isn't the word. And then that was last year. And then, the next season will be 2026. And I'm afraid you're going to lose the momentum
Yeah.
of the impact of that. I mean, you got answers and you got new mysteries all at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? Did I just watch that? I had to go back again. Such a good show.
Sorry, I had to step away from the laptop there for a second. What was the last thing you said?
Um, I can't remember how good From was.
From awesome, deadly.
From, you have to go.
What do you watch it on?
Uh, another channel.
Right. Right. What else is coming out? Any good movies coming out? Um,
Well, I was
Mission
looking
Impossible.
for the.
Go
Oh,
for it.
I Mission Impossible.
Mission
Mission Impossible. That
Impossible.
was it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, Thunderbolts is out, Until Dawn's out. Sinners is out. Jurassic Park's coming out. There's something else coming out apart from Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I can't remember, but
I can't remember.
there are some of the things we are looking forward to anyway.
Yeah.
There's some conventions coming up I'm really looking forward to.
I'm very.
I'm gonna have a table at Celtic Con and Dundalk Comic Con. So come on down and say hello. I'll have some of my novels there.
I'm going to meet celebrities at Dublin Comic Con and Dublin and Northern Ireland Comic Con in Lisburn at the Icon Centre, and then with Horror Con in Swords.
Northern Ireland Comic Con tend to get really good guests.
Mm,
Do they
yeah,
not?
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Every time I see their guest list, I'm like, oh, that looks awesome.
Yeah, they do have. But I mean, Dublin this year is for summer. Has Kingpin, Q from Star Trek, Aaron from Walking Dead, and they've just announced Vecna from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one we're looking forward to. Stranger Things this season, final season in October.
I'm very behind on that. I think I've seen.
Vecna is the most scariest villain I have seen in a long time
Oh yeah.
on TV or video.
Wow.
He is just, and if you saw the actor, he looks nothing, blonde hair and everything else. He's been in Game of Thrones and Harry Potter and Twilight stuff like that. But Jamie Campbell Bowen, I think it's Bowen or Barr, it's just it's mesmerizing.
Yeah.
The character is just so mesmerizing, and he's terrifying. And yeah, so Owen's booked in to meet him. Have to.
Very cool.
Mm.
I hope it goes well. If he asks you to touch his leg, remember, no.
I'll say no, you touch mine first, son. Mine comes off, you can take it home, mate.
Yeah, so that's all the questions. We got through them nice and
That
easy.
9 questions?
Huh?
That didn't feel like 9 questions.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, do you know what? I had the reading one split up into books and comics just so we mentioned books and comics.
Oh, aye.
So I counted
sorry.
that as 2, but we mentioned them all together, so that was good. Yeah, so there you go. So what's coming up on the channel? Well, soon myself and Owen are going to do a Doctor Who episode because Doctor Who. I have never seen Doctor Who. I might have caught bits and pieces of episodes here and there, but I know next to nothing about it. So Owen is going to teach me about Doctor Who. Maybe we'll do that next for our next video. What do you reckon? You're dying to talk about Doctor Who, aren't you?
I'm up for anything. You know, I'll go to opening of an envelope. Yeah, no, Doctor. I don't understand people that have never watched Doctor Who.
Well, it's just I just never got around to it. Like as I said before,
How
it looks like
long
something. It looks like something I'd enjoy, but
Yeah, but how long have you been on the planet?
oh, too long. 41 years, Owen. I've been on this planet.
So Doctor Who's been around for 62, and you haven't got round to one in 41 years.
Well, listen, there's a lot of stuff to watch.
Yeah, don't watch the other stuff. Watch this one.
What's this one? So I'll just start
Damn,
watching
what?
from the very first episode.
Oh Jesus, no! I wouldn't inflict that on nobody. That's like, you'd be dead before you could watch them all.
Well, there's
It changes and evolves from the 60s. Like,
do you know what? I won't ask too much because we will keep all that for a separate video. Because I was going to ask some questions, but there you go. So Owen will teach me about Doctor Who. We'll call it Owen Teaches Stephen Doctor Who.
Yes.
What else do we have? So we have coming up. I have a guest ready for. We're going to do a. We have a new horror quiz segment that we're going to do called 12 Twisted Questions, which is the world's most dangerous horror quiz. There you go. That sounds exciting, right? Yeah.
Woo!
So I have a guest ready for that, and a few more interviews lined up. I won't say just in case things change or whatever, but we have some good guests lined up for our creator interviews. If you enjoy them, we have some fun stuffs coming up. All right, so that concludes that. Thanks again, Owen, for joining me and helping me answer these very difficult questions.
I know, because you sort of like have to think, what did I watch? And sort of,
Yeah,
it's just like, what do I actually? So you sort of like,
I was
you,
struggling.
you did,
I was sorry to interrupt you. I was struggling to think, but then I'm like, I literally watched it today, like Predator. I watched it
yeah.
for our video, and
See, technically that's cheating.
that is cheating a bit.
I was cheating a bit.
What did I watch before that? I
The
added.
here thing, I can never remember what I bloody watched before. I remember Last Straw, but I know there was another one.
I added The Last Voyage of the Demeter to my list
Awesome.
because you recommended it.
I think that's one you should actually do, because when you watch it, we'll talk about it off air, and I'll tell you why it's the most tragic movie in history.
Yeah, I'm looking
Not
for.
tragic, not tragic in the sense it's crap, but tragic in the sense they could have lived.
Right. Okay. That sounds interesting, and it'd be a good time to watch it as well because I'm on my reading list. I was thinking about reading it next as the Dracula novel.
Mm.
Really looking forward to reading that. And for those who don't know, Last Voyage of the Demeter is a chapter in that novel. So,
Are
yeah.
you talking about the movie or the book?
I'm gonna watch
Or
the
you're going
movie
to read
and
the
read the
book
book.
and then watch the thing? Yeah.
Yeah, or the other way around. I'm not sure yet. Depends.
No, it's grand. You'd be as well reading the book chapter first.
Yeah.
Because it's almost as if, Joey, we talked before about the remakes expand on the original material.
Yeah.
This expands on it, and it's Dracula as you've never seen it before.
Yeah. I'm looking.
So
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
looking
I'd do
forward
that.
to it. Yeah. I've seen a good few reviews on it. Some reviews were a bit mixed on it. Some were very positive on it. But
Our Liam's on it. Remember Big Liam Cunningham from Dog Soldiers?
yeah, can't
Yeah. So
beat a bit of Liam Cunningham.
no, you can't. And Liam Cunningham would probably beat a bit of you too, fucker.
Yeah. So
He's a hard man. He's a great actor. But this one I think he was really enthusiastic about it. He was blowing the compliments from high heaven, and I agree with him. I don't understand people that don't when they
Yeah.
watch it, because you'll have to watch it in a certain context. But I think it's almost the expectation of Dracula lets it down
yeah,
in some people's heads. But it's what they did with him was I thought was great. It's really original.
yeah. It sounds like I'm going to enjoy it. So I look forward to giving it a watch.
Mhm.
What are you currently working on at the moment, Owen?
When Angels Burn, the Time Warriors new book, the anthology, the latest anthology. I was actually just in the middle of editing it. It's become bigger than I thought, and I don't know where to hold back a couple of stories for another one, or just go ahead and do them all and have a bumper volume,
Yeah.
because the next book is actually going to be it's either the 50th or the 51st Time Warrior story, and it's called Sasquatch Darklands.
Right. Awesome.
And for the
Is
horror,
Wolves of Chernobyl, is that in the Time Warriors universe or is that a separate thing?
nope, they're all in the Time Warriors universe.
What about Zombie Blues?
Is a completely separate franchise.
Right, but the rest are
So
all Time Warriors.
all the Time Warriors are in the same universe. Yeah, yeah. It's
Perfect.
11 books there.
Wow.
Or is this one 11? I can never remember. but by the end of it, when we do the next one, Sasquatch Darklands will be the 50th or 51st story.
Yeah,
of the Time Warriors, which is a lot more than some TV series get.
there you go. Yeah,
So
I look forward
there's
to
there is some good stuff in it.
when when I'm done with Dracula. I might put some Owen Quinn on my reading list. I've been looking forward to checking out your books for a while. So they better not disappoint.
Yes, sir. Well,
um,
sure. Send me your address because I get them on author rates. As you know, you get yours the same.
yeah, yeah,
So I'll send you a couple across
awesome.
because
Well,
I did that not last week, 2 weeks ago. Somebody looked seen them on my desk and work, and I said, "Well, sure, you can have a couple of draft copies of the ones that have typos and stuff in them, but the stories are essentially the same."
yeah.
So she's away and said she came back last week and said, "Oh, I've started reading Zombie Blues," and says I was chuckling quite a bit at certain ones, and I'm hope it's the no denture zombie. I hope, and she's laughing at the zombie with no teeth.
Yeah, the zombie blues look they look great. I'm quite drawn to that idea, I have to say.
That was The Walking Dead's fault.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you
Yeah,
saying, yeah, if you
yeah.
haven't seen my interview with Owen, go check that out on the channel.
Yes, go check it out. It's awesome.
He goes into depth about his process and his work and his shenanigans and all that kind of stuff. And
There's never a dull moment, really, is there, Stephen?
there never a dull
There
moment.
really is. I tell you, I walk out into the street and I attract the most strangest things and people.
There you go.
I swear to God, swear to God.
Right,
And so the
so
wife says to me in Saturday night, "Who was that?" I says, "I have no idea." Says, "You're not safe to be let out." I know, sure.
this is why I don't like to leave my house. There's too many weird people outside.
Oh no, I love it as long as it's not trying to kill me. But yeah, no, all the hugging and stuff's great, and you're amazing and let me feel your leg and stuff. Okay.
This video has just turned into a bit of a ramble now. So
Yeah, I think I was thinking we're gonna do our fan. We've got a wee fan club from a fake leg. It's
oh,
got its own fan base now
there you go. Yeah, we should. Do you know what? We'll do an entire episode on your leg.
on the leg.
Yeah.
And tell you what, it is a story and a half,
Oh
which
yeah.
actually might be written. Yeah,
Oh, awesome.
there's a whole back. I'll tell you about that sometime. There's a whole drama over the amputation.
So you're going to incorporate your experience into a story. Is that right?
Yeah. And the best thing is, none of it has to be made up because every part of it's real. Every part of it. And you'll not believe some of the parts.
There you go. I look forward to hearing that story. Right, Owen, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on the Time Warriors and Beyond website. You'll find lots of brilliant articles and book excerpts and interviews, and the podcasts also there as well for anybody that doesn't go to the other bit on YouTube. Twitter, Instagram, and somewhere else, which I can't remember because I don't use it that much. But Twitter and Instagram is usually Owen Quinn, Irish author, the Time Warriors author. So that's where you'll find me mostly.
And your website is timewarriors.co.uk, isn't that right?
Yeah.
There you
But if
go.
you type in Time Warriors and Beyond, it'll take you straight to it.
You'll find Owen Quinn and all his work.
And you can't miss it because there's loads of pictures on the front.
There you go. There's a picture of you on screen there, so everyone knows what you look like.
Oh, mother of God, is it a good one? Don't give me no ugly
You
picture.
are holding your book up to a gremlin.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. There's an awesome. The gremlin looked like it's real.
Where was that? Where was that taken?
That was a comic shop.
Yeah.
Which I'll not name because I fell out with them, and they're quite rude people.
Oh,
But they had a gremlin. Oh, you don't cross Owen. But Dublin Comic Con had a gremlin set last year, and I had a ball on the gremlin set.
Nice.
Excellent.
There you go. If you want to follow me, it's at Stephen Carey Stories on Instagram, and I'll have some links in the description to our work. Good Night, Bad Dreams is currently only $1.99 on Kindle, so there'll be a link in the description if you want to go check that out. And next time I'm back at Owen, it will be talking about Doctor Who.
The Doctor.
I'm looking forward to it. It should be a fun conversation.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
I thought you're a doctor, not a forklift. Yeah.
Yeah. They call me Dr. Quinn, but I never really seen the resemblance with Jane Seymour,
I
to be
was I
honest.
was thinking, yeah, you could easily be Doctor Quinn, medicine woman.
Yeah, I said, where he's all blind or something?
Stick a wig on, and you're virtually identical.
I'd look like Ozzy Osbourne.
All right, go check out the links in the description, folks, if any of that sounds interesting to you. And we'll be back next week with some Doctor Who, maybe some short videos in between from myself talking about all kinds of nonsense. I wanted to do a little short video on the Blob, just talking about the creature itself, just a little 2 minute thing, um,
Mm.
talking about the Blob, explaining what it is and its origin and stuff. So I'll be doing some little videos like that. All right, so we will talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.